Hello everyone and happy summer. If we haven't met yet, my name is Dawn and I'm currently working in the Lake Success office. So today I'm here to offer you some tips on how to use singing to help your child's communication. Singing can be a wonderful opportunity to enhance a variety of speech and language skills. So let's get started. Singing is a great way to help your child learn how to take turns, which, as we know, is an important skill for conversations. So if there's a song that you and your child really like to sing and they're pretty familiar with it, one of the best things that you can do is pause right before the chorus or that main part of the song and see what your child does. Does he or she produce a sound, a gesture, an action, fill in the actual lyric? So, for example, if you and your child like to sing the song "The Wheels on the Bus," you might go, "The wheels on the bus go," and pause right before "round and round," and see if your child can fill in the lyric, produce a sound, produce a gesture, something. Now, how your child takes their turn really will depend on their level of communication, but anything is communication, and we want to positively reinforce this. So when you're singing, I suggest taking a pause of about 10 seconds to give your child enough time to take their turn. And then if they don't take their turn, you can show them what to do next. So for example, you're singing "The Wheels on the Bus," you go, "The wheels on the bus go," and you wait, and your child doesn't take their turn. You can model it by saying "round and round." And the more times you do this, the more times you sing this song and take that pause, the more likely the child is going to fill in that lyric with something. Okay. So I also like to use the strategy of pausing during familiar songs to establish joint attention, especially with the little ones who are in the early stages of language development. So in sessions, I always sing Old MacDonald with my clients, and I take a pause right before revealing the animal, which creates all the suspense and actually promotes eye contact. So for example, I may take my barn here. You don't have to have an actual barn, but I like to use my barn. And I'll sing, "Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a..." And here I pause and I use a lot of affect, and I'm looking back and forth between the child and the barn, and then I'll pull an animal out of the barn and see what the child does. Now, if they don't do anything after a little bit, I'll say "cow, E-I-E-I-O," and keep on singing and go through the routine with all the barn animals. Now, I can also pause with Old MacDonald before we get to the animal sounds. These sounds are great for practicing those early developing speech sounds, such as vowels and bilabials. So for a cow, for moo. If you have a sheep, buh for ba. And then pigs say oink, right? So oink, that's a vowel sound. Again, the more familiar the child becomes with this routine, the more likely they are to engage in the activity, attend to you, know what's coming, and fill in the lyric with something, whether it's a sound, word, the lyric, a gesture, anything. Anything is great. So moving on, singing also targets the ways that our children learn new words. So the repetition of words and phrases really helps children acquire new vocabulary and new concepts. Also in songs, children are hearing phrases and sentences, so they're really getting a good idea of the syntax of our language. Now, another reason to sing with our children is that many of these classics that we sing with them when they're really young have rhymes. Rhyming is the foundation of phonological awareness, which is a skill that later helps children know how to read and write, which we know are super, super important when they go to school. Rhyming is something that can be taught really early, so never think that your child is too young. So exposing your children to nursery rhymes early on can actually help them to attune their brain to literacy skills at a very young age, which will only benefit them in the end. I also think that songs are great to use if you're working on things like symbolic play. So for example, you can encourage your child to sing and use something like a hairbrush, or I have a spoon here, to use like a microphone. If they're working on things like requesting or initiating, if they use ASL, they can say more to request more song or something, sing more, play it again. If you're working on the development of core words such as again, stop, go, those are great. They can tell you to play the song again, go to start the song, stop, no, I don't want any more. So in all, singing is a great way to target a variety of speech and language skills and can be done both in therapy and at home. It's so easy, anyone can do it. It can help articulation, pragmatic language skills such as turn taking, improve rhyme awareness, which helps phonological awareness, language skills such as building syntax, phrase construction, and helps build vocabulary. So for children, especially little ones with any type of speech or language goals, I think that music is essential. It's motivating, it's familiar, rhythmic, it stimulates a variety of senses, and most important, it's fun. Anybody can do it. So I hope this video was helpful, and I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy during these difficult times. Happy singing!